If you've ever found something you weren't meant to see, you know the feeling. It's not loud. It's not dramatic. It's quiet. It's the way your stomach drops before your brain catches up. That's how it started. With a phone that wasn't supposed to exist. Hi. I'm Madison. I'm 29. And until 6 months ago, I was engaged to a man I believed was the safest choice I had ever made. His name was Daniel. He was 31. Financial analyst. Calm. Stable. Predictable. The kind of man who double-checks locks before bed and folds laundry immediately. We'd been together 4 years. Engaged for 8 months. Wedding scheduled for October. And if you asked me back then, I would have told you we were solid. Not perfect, but solid. We didn't scream. We didn't cheat. We didn't play games. We had joint savings, a dog named Murphy, and a shared Costco membership. You don't build a shared Costco membership with someone you think is lying to you. That's important. Because what I found destroyed not just my trust, but my understanding of who he even was. It started small. It always does. Daniel began sleeping with his phone under his pillow. Now, maybe that sounds normal. A lot of people do that. But Daniel used to leave his phone on the kitchen counter. Always. He'd say, "If it rings, grab it for me." Transparency was his brand. So when he started taking it into the bathroom, I noticed. When he turned it face down at dinner, I noticed. When he changed his passcode, I really noticed. I didn't accuse him. I observed. That's who I am. I don't explode. I collect data. Week 1, phone face down. Week 2, bathroom scrolling. Week 3, late night, work emails. Week 4, password change. I asked casually. New passcode. He smiled too quickly. Yeah. IT recommended it. Security update. IT recommended a new passcode on your personal iPhone? Sure. Daniel. I let it go. But my brain didn't. The first real crack happened on a Thursday. He said he had a late meeting. Didn't come home until 11:47 p.m. I remember the exact time because I stared at the microwave clock for 30 minutes debating whether I was overreacting. When he walked in, he smelled like, not work. Not perfume either. Just unfamiliar. I hugged him longer than normal. He stiffened for half a second. Tiny. But I felt it. That night he showered immediately. Daniel never showers at night. Data point added. The panic didn't hit all at once. It built slowly, like humidity before a storm. I told myself it was pre-wedding stress. But then I saw the notification. He was in the shower. His phone buzzed on the nightstand. I wasn't snooping. I swear I wasn't. The screen lit up. Unknown number. Miss you already. 3 words. That's it. No emoji. No context. But no one texts a man, "Miss you already," after a business meeting. My heart didn't break. It went cold. There's a difference. I didn't confront him. Not yet. I needed more. Emotion is loud. Evidence is quiet. So I waited. 2 nights later, he fell asleep on the couch. Phone still in his hand. Unlocked. That never happens. Ever. I moved slowly. Like I was defusing a bomb. Messages. Nothing. No unknown numbers. No weird threads. It was clean. Too clean. Then I checked recently deleted messages. Empty. Deleted photos. Empty. Recently deleted contacts. Empty. Daniel doesn't delete things. He has emails from 2014. That's when it hit me. This wasn't panic behavior. This was system behavior. Planned. Controlled. That's when the idea entered my mind. What if the phone I was looking at wasn't the only phone? I didn't want to think it. But once your brain says it, you can't unhear it. The discovery happened by accident. Or maybe fate has a twisted sense of humor. It was Sunday. We were cleaning the garage. He asked me to grab the camping gear from a storage bin. As I lifted the plastic container, something small slid out and hit the concrete floor. A phone. Not his current model. Older. Black case. No cracks. Fully intact. We stared at it at the same time. A split second. Then he moved too fast. Oh, that's my old work phone. I picked it up. It's not powered off. His jaw tightened. Yeah, I just never turned it in. What? His company uses Android for work. This was an iPhone. I smiled. Can I see? He hesitated. Half a second. Then forced a laugh. Why? There it was. Why? Because you don't want me to. I held it up. The screen lit. Password protected. Of course. Put the code in, I said lightly. Madison, it's dead anyway. It's on. Silence. You could feel the shift. The garage felt smaller. Hotter. Why do you need to see it? And that's when I knew. This wasn't about cheating. This was about secrecy. Calculated, structured secrecy. I didn't yell. I didn't cry. I just looked at him and said, because if you don't unlock it right now, I'm calling off the wedding. His face changed. Not guilt. Fear. Real fear. And that's when I realized. I thought he was cheating. But it was worse. He stared at me like I just pulled a weapon. Not angry. Not defensive. Terrified. That's what unsettled me most. If he was just cheating, he'd be scrambling. Denying. Gaslighting. Angry. Instead, he looked like a man calculating damage. Madison, he said slowly, you're overreacting. I held the phone out between us. Unlock it. Silence. His eyes flicked to the driveway. Then back to me. I don't remember the passcode. That was mistake number 1. Daniel remembers everything. Birthdays. Tax deadlines. The VIN number of his first car. You don't remember? I asked softly. No. Okay, I said. Then we'll try. He swallowed. You get 5 attempts before it locks permanently. Let's see how bad your memory is. The air felt heavy. My heart was pounding, but my voice stayed steady. He didn't move. So I did something I didn't even plan. I turned and started walking toward the house with the phone in my hand. Madison. Either you unlock it, I said over my shoulder, or I will. And when I do, we're done. He grabbed my wrist. Not hard, but enough. That was mistake number 2. Don't, he said. Not angry. Pleading. And that's when the pieces rearranged in my head. This wasn't just an affair. This was something organized. Controlled. Hidden long-term. I turned back slowly. One more chance. He closed his eyes for a second. Then took the phone. Typed 6 numbers. Unlocked. The first thing I noticed wasn't messages. It was the wallpaper. It wasn't me. It wasn't us. It wasn't neutral. It was a picture of him. Taken recently. A selfie. But not one I'd seen. That meant someone took it. Or he sent it. I opened messages. One thread. Pinned. Saved under a name I recognized immediately. Clara. Clara wasn't random. Clara was his ex. The one he dated in college. The one he told me meant nothing. The one who moved across the country. The one he said he hadn't spoken to in years. I felt something sharp in my chest. But I didn't react. I opened the thread. 3 years of messages. 3 years. We've been together for. Let that sink in. This wasn't a lapse. This wasn't a mistake. This was a parallel relationship. Photos. Inside jokes. Memories. Plans. And then I saw something that made my hands go numb. Screenshots of our conversations. Mine and his. Sent to her. With commentary. See? She's overreacting again. She doesn't suspect anything. Wedding is in October. After that, I'll figure it out. Figure what out? I kept scrolling. There were hotel confirmations. Flight searches. Conversations about when it's safe. And then the message that rewired my brain completely. Clara. Are you sure she doesn't know about the money? Money? What money? Daniel's face had gone pale. I looked up slowly. What money? He didn't answer. So I went to photos. Bank screenshots. Transfers. A joint savings account I had never seen. Under his name. And Clara's. I felt physically dizzy. You're sending her money? It's not what it looks like. Classic. I almost laughed. No, I said calmly. It's exactly what it looks like. Monthly transfers. Consistent. Thousands of dollars. For 2 years. While we were budgeting for centerpieces. While I was cutting expenses for a honeymoon fund. While he told me we needed to be financially careful. I zoomed in on one transfer memo. For our future. Our future. Not ours. Theirs. Now here's where it gets worse. I opened notes. There was a list. Titled, Exit Plan. Bullet points. Wait until after wedding. Avoid suspicion. Separate finances gradually. Keep Clara stable. Sell house in 2 to 3 years. Avoid prenup discussion. I stopped breathing for a second. He wasn't cheating impulsively. He was planning a long con. Marry me. Build assets. Delay. Then pivot. And the most chilling part? He'd calculated it. Emotionally and financially. I looked up at him. Were you ever going to tell me? Silence. Were you ever going to choose me? His jaw tightened. I didn't know how to end it. So you were going to marry me instead? He ran a hand through his hair. I thought I could manage both. There it was. The psychology. Not love. Control. He didn't want Clara back fully. He didn't want to lose me either. He wanted stability and nostalgia. Investment and fantasy. He wanted options. And he thought he was smart enough to juggle them. Say it, I said quietly. Say what? Say you were going to marry me while planning a future with her. He stared at the floor. I was confused. No, I corrected. You were strategic. That hit him. Because it was true. This wasn't passion. It was calculation. You told her you'd figure it out after the wedding. What does that mean? Silence. Answer me. I thought if things stabilized financially. Financially. He wasn't even talking about feelings. He was talking about timing. Optimization. Risk management. I felt something inside me snap into place. Cold clarity. You used me, I said. That's not fair. You used me as a safety net. I love you. You love stability. That shut him up. Here's the part people always ask me about. Did I scream? Did I throw things? Did I break down? No. I sat down on the garage step. And I started laughing. Not hysterically. Just disbelief. You almost pulled it off, I said. What? You almost married me while financing your ex. He looked ashamed. But not devastated. And that's when I understood something important. He wasn't sorry he did it. He was sorry he got caught before executing it cleanly. That's a different kind of betrayal. I stood up. Pack a bag. He blinked. What? Pack. A bag. Madison. No. I held up a hand. You don't get to negotiate. You don't get to explain. You don't get to optimize this. His shoulders slumped. Where am I supposed to go? I shrugged. Maybe Clara has room. That one landed. He flinched. Good. You can't just kick me out. Watch me. The house was in my name. Bought before him. One thing I did right. He tried one last angle. Think about what this will look like. Oh, I had. You're right, I said. Let's think about that. I pulled out my phone. Opened our shared calendar. Highlighted every wedding vendor deposit. Then opened his phone again. Took photos of everything. Every transfer. Every plan. Every message. Damage control, I said calmly. My turn. Update, 3 months later. We didn't get married. Obviously. Clara did not move across the country for him. Turns out she thought he had already broken up with me. Interesting, right? She didn't know about the wedding, or the house, or the joint savings with me. He had been running two narratives. And when I sent her screenshots, her tone shifted fast. Apparently she thought she was the primary. He thought he was controlling two realities. Instead, both realities collapsed. He lost me. He lost her. And here's the morally ambiguous part. I didn't just walk away quietly. I canceled the wedding. Non-refundable deposits. In his name where possible. I sent his mother the screenshots. Not maliciously. Informationally. I forwarded the exit plan to him with one message. Optimization failed. Petty, maybe, but precise. He moved into a short-term rental. Clara blocked him. And the last I heard, he's paying off debt from future planning. Funny how that works. Do I feel good about how I handled it? Sometimes. Other times I wonder if I should have just left silently. But here's what I know. Trust isn't broken by cheating alone. It's broken by strategy, by premeditation, by turning love into a contingency plan. I thought he was cheating, but it was worse. He was engineering an escape while standing at the altar. So yeah, that's my story. What would you have done? Would you have exposed everything? Or walked away quietly? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoy dramatic real-life stories with psychological twists, hit like and subscribe. Because apparently, my love life is better content than reality TV. And trust me, I'm just getting started.